you don't already have this pattern, you definitely need this pattern in your collection. Really nice, versatile pattern that you can hack and do all kinds of alterations, like this little ruffle that I did on the sleeve. I love it. Stay tuned so I can tell you all about it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Shatoka and I share sewing, fashion, and home decor. So today's video is a pattern review for this wrap top that I made recently. I made two. I made this orange one first and then I made this one a couple of days later. So let's get right into it. It is McCall's pattern 8219 and I did view C. So view C is this orange one and I did a long sleeve, and this pattern calls for a stretch knit fabric because it's an easy pullover top. Very simple to make. There's actually only 4 pieces to this pattern. It came together really quickly. The 4 pieces for view C are pieces 6, 7, 8, and 9, and I cut a size 16. I did get the pattern envelope for 16 through 24 for the sizes, but I do think because it is a stretch knit fabric that I could have done a 14, but the 16 fits really well and I'm not, worried about it at all. But in the future I may go and get the pattern again in the smaller size so I can have both. So whenever McCall's have another $1.99 sale, I'll probably pick this one up because I really see making this top over and over again, and then of course hacking it as well. Actually, this is a little hack that I did on this pattern, but we'll get into that later. So the first thing that I want to go over in this top is that like I said, it came together really nicely. The only alteration that I made was in the long sleeve version. I actually had to take it in a bit at the wrist. I took it in a couple of inches and then I kind of tapered it up because it wasn't fitting as tightly on the sleeve. So it fit well in the body, but as far as the sleeve, as it went down further, it was a little bit loose and I wanted it to be how it looked on a pattern envelope on view C. So I took that in. On this one, I actually didn't have to because it was the shorter sleeve version. So I didn't have that issue where as I went longer that it got bigger. So other than that, I did add 1.5 inch to the bottom of the sleeve because I have longer arms. So I typically will do this on all of the patterns that I do in the Big Four because I like for my sleeves to go all the way down. I think I mentioned this in another video if you guys watch my other pattern review for a top that I did. And I also shortened this pattern. So the pattern comes pretty long and I'm tall and it came kind of like mid-hip. So for me, I thought about it as if I wanted to tuck it in, it would be like bunching up too much fabric. If I wanted to, put it in a high-waisted skirt or shorts or pants. So I did take about 2 inches off the bottom of the bodice. So keep that in mind. If you're shorter than me, you'll probably have to take up a little bit more. The top, like I said, is really easy to come together and it has a built-in facing. So you don't have to do a separate facing. It's pretty much you fold the facing back and the 2 crisscross spots at the top is cut and it's a shorter piece, and then you actually put the bottom of the bodice to the top and then sew it all together. So pretty easy. The first one was the orange one, like I said, and it took me a couple of hours, but of course by the time I got to the second top, I did it really quickly because I had already done the orange, and then I wasn't really even paying attention to the directions because I remember from just doing it, just a few days before. So let me see, I took down some notes because I wanted to make sure I mentioned everything in this pattern. So this fabric I actually ended up getting at, where did I get this fabric? I got this at Vogue Fabrics here in Chicago a while ago. It was like one of those remnant fabrics. So I literally just had just enough to make. I had no extra of this fabric, but I really like how it came together. Oh, the pattern does call for the back neckline to be have like bias binding, but I just did a narrow hem in the back. So like I said, since it's the front facing, you did this already before you connected it to the back, and then I just felt like I didn't need that extra step. I just did that narrow hem before I attached it to the back. this black and white one, I actually got this fabric from Joann's. It was a part of the Black History Month fabric, and it is 90% polyester, 10% spandex, but I really love this print. I'll come a little bit closer so you guys can see. But I love this, and I've always been a fan of black and white, so I definitely had to grab this. And this is also Virgin C, I would say, as far as the length. However, I used the sleeve for view A. So with view A, it is a normal short sleeve. However, I feel like I wanted a little bit of something extra, and I had a little bit more of this fabric. So I decided to put this flounce on the sleeve, and it was a really simple addition. So all that I did was I measured around the bottom of the sleeve, and then I just basically doubled the width of it so that I can do a normal pleat. And I didn't do like gathering your stitches or anything. I actually just put the double width to the bottom of the sleeve, and I just pleated it myself as I went along. I kind of pinned the end, well, both halves, lined them up, and then I pleated evenly throughout on both sides, just so it can be even and it's not like all the pleats are in the front or bunched up on the side. So I just kind of took my time and I pinned it. It was a bunch of pins, but I really love how it turned out, and it's so cute. It's such a cute detail, and that's what I love about patterns like this. You can like make them your own. So of course I could have just did the normal short sleeve, and it would have just, you know, been, I'll just like, it's like a cap sleeve. So normal sleeve, and it's just fine. And I'll probably still make some more of these tops like that. But since I had a little bit extra of this fabric, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to add this little ruffle detail, and I really love that I did that. So again, with this one, I actually did shorten it as well. The 2 inches at the bottom. Didn't have to shorten this, like I said, because I added this extra flounce. And this flounce is about, I believe, 4 inches. So double the width of the bottom of the sleeve, and then 4 inches long. And then I just did a regular normal hem on this. I did run into some problems when I was making this second one, not due to the pattern or anything, but my sewing machine just kind of started going berserk, and I ended up having to pull out like my old basic Singer sewing machine. You know, those ones that like are the cheap ones, and they're like kind of loud. But I was having such trouble with my other machine, my main machine, and I really wanted to finish this top. Like I had already had planned on being done with this top so that I can go on and move on to my next sewing projects, and then I wanted to get this video done for you guys. But overall, like I said, this is a very easy make. Again, it is McCall's pattern 8219. Again, I cut a size 16. Like I said, one of the ones that you can hack and change, like, because it is a pattern that you have to connect a bottom bodice to the top bodice. This is one that you could easily put on a dress instead. So instead, you can just add a skirt portion, and then there you go, you got a dress. I really love it. I don't think that it's too low cut. I mean, you show a little bit of something, but it's not too revealing. But with like all wrap tops, if you need to make it a little bit more modest, or if you need to pin it, that's fine. Or you can just do a little cami underneath if you feel like it's too revealing. But love how both of them turned out. I'll definitely insert some video and some pictures of me in both of the tops, but again, this is something that you should definitely get if you're in the market for a new, like a knit easy pullover wrap top. Also, if you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and my returning subscribers, thanks for coming by again. I really do appreciate it. We're still moving up. We've even moved up a little bit more since the last video, so I'm excited about that. And I'm going to keep these videos coming. Like, I already have some stuff on the cutting table going, and then I have a coffee table styling video coming up pretty soon as well. But really excited about growing this channel. Again, thanks for stopping by, and until next time, bye.